What's good? It's your boy, K to the motherfucking bird, KGUSA representative all day in the building. And today, man, I came to bring y'all some more facts, not fiction. And today I'm gonna be getting into how I met Lil Flip, you know what I mean? Yeah, Lil Flip always been a real dude to me, man. Lil Flip, a lot of people don't know because they probably just think about the shit he had going with T.I. the Beef or the records he had, but Lil Flip is a real dude, real genuine dude. So I want to get into the story about how I met him. Alright, bet, let's get into it. So, I was out here doing my thing independently, you know what I mean? Doing videos out in Texas, doing videos in Carolina, and doing videos out there in Colorado, you know what I mean? And doing a couple videos like in Charlotte and shit like that, local places, doing interviews in Atlanta with DJ Smalls, interviews out there, you know what I mean, trying to build my name. So it was an Atlanta artist that hit me up that wanted to get me on a feature, that wanted to get me on a record. His name is Jimmy Cole. Jimmy Cole from Atlanta. I gotta shout him out. Jimmy Cole. Jimmy Cole was a real one. He wanted to get me on the record. And I was kind of flattered by that because, you know what I mean? Me and him never really met before, but we built a relationship since that day. Like, you know what I mean? He reached out and said, yo, K-Bird, I'm fucking with your movement. I'm fucking with the shit you doing. I love that album that you put out with Project Pat, Two Kings, and the other album, King Shit Only. And I want to get you on my album. Yo, what's up? So I responded to him like, yo, I'm open for it, man. Just send me the track. Let's take care of the business and we can get this shit done. And he told me like, yo, I want to get you on this track. I want to get Fraser Boy from Memphis on this track. And I want to get Lil Flip on this track. And he told me he was already talking to Lil Flip manager at the time, which was A. Dot, a Mexican guy there in Texas, about the record. So they was already going back and forth through messages, and like he put a deposit on the feature and everything like that. So I was like, cool. I never had a record with Lil Flip before, so I'll get on that shit, man. Just send me the record. I got studio sessions booked. I'm gonna knock it out for you real quick. So boom. He sent me the record. I went to the studio, pulled up at Jam City, knocked the shit out real quick. Sent it back to him. Alright, so when I sent it back to him, he was telling me he having a problem with Lil Flip manager. He said it seemed like it's taking him forever to give him the song back. Forever to give him the song back, and you already paid for it. So I was like, damn, that don't sound like good business. And he be like, yo, Bird, I know you work with a lot of mainstream artists. You know what I mean? Would you mind do me that favor and reach out to him and see if you can get in contact with him? So I said, all right, bet. So I started hitting up a couple of people that I knew in Texas and said, yo, like, you know how to really get in touch with Flip? Like, you really know him? And the people I knew out there on the south side, they knew him. They already had their business with him. So I just reached out to him. When I reached out to him, he was cool. Like, he was cool. He told me about the record. He had it. But he was telling me that the beat that he got for the record, he wasn't really, the beat didn't feel like he could fit the pocket right. He having a problem, like, fucking with this beat. It seemed unorthodox for him to rap on. So I was like, word, I can understand that. So I told my dude Jimmy that, yo, I talked to him. I told Jimmy Cole I talked to him, and he said he definitely gonna do it. He just having a problem with the beat. So we going back and forth, and another week passed, and Jimmy Cole was fucking pissed. Like, he at the point where he like, man, all right, got Fraser Boy verse back. I got K-Bird verse back. Yo, I just want my money back. I ain't even really want to fuck with Flip no more right now. I just want to get my money back on the refund. And I told the nigga, like I said, man, you should calm down, man. Like, sometimes this music shit take time. And he was overexcited, and he was like, nah, I need my shit now, bro. Tell them niggas I want my refund. So I was like, damn. So I reached back out to Flip, and I told him like about the situation, about my dude was very impatient. He felt like he been waiting for a real long time, and he wanted his money back. You know what I mean? And Flip was like, damn, we don't usually do refunds. But he said, you know what? I'll do that for him, you know what I mean? And soon as when he said, I'm gonna send the refund back right now to you, and you can send him the money back. So when Flip sent me the money to give Jimmy Cole back, I was like, you know what, Flip? You know, I got some shit that I think you might would fit on, some shit that you might really fuck with, cause I fuck with Texas tough. I've been fucking with Texas music since I was a youngin'. You know what I mean? The whole SUC clique, the whole movement, the whole Bun B and UGK, Pimp C, they're my favorite artists. Scarface, one of my favorite artists. Devin the Dude, one of my favorite artists. So I already knew about the Texas sound. So I was like, yo, I got some shit for you, Flip. So as soon as he sent the money to me, I sent him some more money back and said, yo, I'm going to take care of this shit with Jimmy Cole, give him his bread, but this is for me. This is a record I want you to get on. And I said, listen to it and let me know honestly. You ain't got to beat around the bush. If you think the shit ain't hot, if you ain't fucking with it, if you think the record whack, ain't got no potential, just be straight up honest with me. You ain't going to hurt my feelings. And I know you a good dude that going to give the money back, so we cool. So I sent him the record I've been working on that I just dropped that same week. You know what I mean? Which was called Get You a Bag. When I originally dropped that Get You a Bag record, I dropped it with my homegirl. Like I wanted to put this girl I was managing at the time, her name was The Hustler's Wife. So, I dropped that record and I put her on it because I was trying to help her build her buzz locally in Charleston. So I say, yo, this record right here got potential. It's a banger. This shit go hard. I know people gonna like it. So I was like, yo, let me throw Hustler's Wife on this shit. So that same record, I gave it to Flip and said, let me see what he think about this record. I think it's the shit, but let me see what he think. And he hit me back and he said, yo, that shit some heat, Bird. I'm fucking with that record, man. That shit hard. You killed that shit. And I got a verse ready for that shit right now. I'm about to go in the lab and drop something to that shit today. And I was like, word, you fucking with it? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm fucking with it. So, boom. The nigga dropped the shit, sent the shit back less than 24 hours. And I was like, that's what's up, big dog. And I was like, you know what? Since Jimmy Cole was the reason that I got in contact with you, the reason why I reached out to you and how we spoke, I said, you know what, man, I'm going to put Jimmy Cole on this record as a remix. I'm gonna leave Flip on it and I'm gonna put Jimmy Cole on it. And I said, I'm gonna take the Hustler's Wife off this joint, but then I'm gonna do something else to prepare her to let her know that I ain't just throwing her away, like, you know what I mean? So I got a record with Memphis legend with Chat, and I'm gonna tell her about that story another time. But I got a record with Memphis legend with Chat, and I put Hustler's Wife on it to keep the business good, to let her know I'm still trying to help her and push her to go forward. So after me and Jimmy Cole talked about the shit, and he was like, word, he did the shit for you, but he ain't do it for me. Like, what the fuck is that, man? I don't really like that shit. I was like, yo, Jimmy, it's about like what the person really feeling, like what the artist really rocking with. If they rocking with this type of song, like you don't want it to be forced. You don't want nothing to be forced. Doing forced music is never fucking good. It's never good to do music that's forced. So I said, yo, I already got the shit back from him. I'm gonna send you the shit. You drop a verse on that shit. And you know what I mean? That gonna be my way of giving you some, respect for you was the reason I bumped into Lil Flip. If it wasn't for you, I would have never reached out to Lil Flip. And when I was glad I reached out to Lil Flip, because Lil Flip turned out to be one of the realest niggas I ever met in this game so far. One of the realest niggas from the industry I've ever met so far, Lil Flip. I gotta say that. After I get the track back from Jimmy Cole, you know what I mean, I say this shit sound good, real good. And Flip was like, yeah, man, that shit is a good record. I like the potential of that record. And he said, if you ever in the city, man, pull up on me, man. We could shoot a video to that shit. So I was like, word? And he was like, yeah, man, I ain't even going to be taxing you, man. I believe in the record. I want to help you promote the record. And I'll put it on my platform and promote it as well. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. Because I was like, I've been already going to Texas anyway, already working my hustle in Texas already. So I was like, man, I'm coming. And he was like, say less, man. Let me know when you in the city and we're going to make it happen. So a couple days go by. I hit up my dude, Raheem, OG Heem, DME TV, and said, yo, I need you to do a video for me, big dog. And he was like, for real? Because my dude, Raheem, does dope-ass videos. Excellent clarity. Shit be crisp, looking like straight glass, looking like you looking through the shit through a window. That's how clear his shit look. You know what I mean? Looks like real life. So I was like, yo, Heem, you down to ride to Texas with me? And he was like, damn, you want to go out to Texas? And I say, yeah, man, let's go out to Texas. And he was like, fuck it, let's go. So a couple days later, me and Raheem pack up the car and we going to Texas, riding through, leaving the Carolina, headed to Texas. I stopped in Georgia because you know you got to go through Georgia anyway, Spaghetti Junction, to get to Texas. And when I stopped in Georgia, since my dude Jimmy Cole from Atlanta, I was like, yo, Jimmy Cole, man, yo, you gonna ride on this trip with us, man, so you can get in this video too? But Jimmy Cole had some other obligations, man, at his job that he couldn't get away, so he couldn't make the video. Even though he's on the record that's online, it's on my streaming platforms, it's on Tidal, it's on everywhere you can go, you're gonna still hear Jimmy Cole verse. But he wasn't able to make the video shoot. He had some other obligations, you know what I mean, with his family and with his job. So I was like, I understand that, but we're going to go out there and take care of this business to build his relationship with Flip. So we riding out this motherfucker, we leave. Soon as I pull up, I get close to like where the Rocket Stadium at, and I get me a room, you know what I mean? I get me a room, and I'm like, damn, while I was getting the room at, the room was real close to where they got all these murals at and all these paintings, because Texas real big on murals and paintings. They got a lot of culture with the paintings and murals around the city of Texas legends, you know what I mean? People that's legendary from that city or that state. I mean, from Houston, that's the city that I was in. I went to Houston, but the state, they got everybody from Texas that ever got contributed to music in some form of fashion or acting or whatever. They got a lot of murals around the city of them, a lot of paintings around the city of them. So when we get to the hotel, soon as I pass and get to the hotel, I pass the fucking mural of Pimp C, man. I passed the mural of Pimp C and Big Mo, and I'm a Pimp C fan. Like UGK, my favorite group. Pimp C was one of my favorite artists, and Big Mo. If you don't know about Big Mo from Houston or SUC, you gotta do your research. But Big Mo been a underground legend, because I grew up listening to all that screwed up, chopped up music, and a lot of that screwed up, chopped up music had Big Mo on it. You know what I mean? When Mike Jones was bubbling and shit like that, he had Big Mo on his album. He did songs with Big Mo, because Big Mo was that dude, the truth. So I saw that mural and I said, yo, I want to shoot the fucking video right there, man. In the street, fucking, the shit is, I ain't gonna say it's hood, but it's near the bridge. If you know where the bridge is at in Houston, like that's where all the homeless people be at underneath that bridge because of the rain and shit. Houston got always be having a lot of rainy days. So like the homeless people live underneath this bridge, and that shit is right there near where the fucking mural is. So I said, fuck it. I still gonna do the video there. I don't care if people walking up, they stopping. It's cool. It don't matter to me. Let me just ask Flip. Let me hit him on the line real quick and see if he down for that shit. I hit the nigga on the phone. I tell him where I'm at. The nigga said, I'm pulling up. Give me 30 minutes. And I was like, that's what's up. The nigga pulls up. When the nigga pulled up, he pulled up with him by himself, and his other homeboy pulled up in the fucking car. Capone. You know, Black Capone, that's one of his homeboys. I don't think Capone is from Houston, but he been living in Houston so long, you might say from Houston, but I think he out from somewhere out in the Midwest. You know what I mean? They both pull up nice looking whips, you know what I mean? Capone got some red shit, like a red Camaro sitting on some 20s. Flip got some BMW shit. So they pull up on me. We hop out and talk about, yo, how you want to do this video? And I say, man, you know, Pimp C, one of my favorite artists. I'm going to do this shit right in the mirror, right here. And he said, you mean like right here out here in the street, like right here? And I was like, yeah, man. And the whole time we doing the video, motherfuckers stopping, people pulling up, asking like, yo, Flip, let me get an autograph and shit like that. And then they like, yo, can we take a picture with you? Like a lot of Mexican dudes pulling up with tattoos on their face, street niggas, homeless people coming around, you know what I mean, saying, can they take a picture, you know what I mean? We give out the homeless people a couple of dollars, you know, we spend some money with the homeless people because they are people, like, you know what I mean? They black people, they from our struggle, black and brown people, so we even broke bread. Like, we gave a couple of dollars to the homeless people while we shooting the video, and they ain't tripping. We wasn't nothing to be scared of, but if you was a scary nigga and you was from out there in the state that you ain't never been, and a hood that you ain't never been, you might would have been scared, but me, I'm never scared of my own people, bro. Never scared of my own people. I love my people, so I would never be scared of my own people. So we was out there doing our thing. Started doing the video. And me and Flip, I mean, I had some gas, I had some London pound cake. that I just had got fresh from Dorado. I had some London pound cake, you know what I mean? Some burner shit. Not no fake London pound cake, some burner London pound cake. Flip got out, he said, man, I got some green, man. Let's roll with me. Let's match a blunt. You know what I mean? He got his blunt. The shit was smoking. But I let my London pound cake pass that shit to that nigga. Was like, oh, this shit some gas, bird. This shit is some real motherfucking gas. Yo, we gotta smoke this shit. And he said, like, we just keep on smoking, you know what I mean? He rolled up one, I rolled up one. We probably smoked like 5 or 6 blunts doing that video. Just outside, just chilling, smoking blunts, you know, Capone rolling up a blunt. I got my own weed, I'm rolling up a blunt. I think Raheem had his own green, he rolled up a blunt, you know what I mean? And we just out there just burning it down, filming this shit like some good fellas in the middle of the street. Burning the shit down, filming the video. After we done filming, getting the shots we want, we chilling, smoking, talking. Flip telling me about, you know, his past.